Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Catherine and I'm an amateur artist who's hoping to eventually become a full-time artist. This is why I'm making this video. I watch a lot of artist vlogs on here by successful full-time artists, which are all really inspiring and I really love watching them. But it would also be nice to watch someone who's just starting out and how they're trying to turn their hobby into a business. So I thought I would share my journey on here and document what I do to try and become a full-time artist. I'll be as transparent as possible and share the ups and downs and what I learn along the way. To start off with, I thought I'd share a little bit about me and how I got into art. My parents encouraged me to draw and paint from a young age, and I still actually use the Winsor & Newton watercolour set they gave to me when I was little. I've always loved animals, and when I was in primary school I always used to draw insects and birds and horses, and I had a folder where I kept all of my artwork. It was one of my favourite lessons, and when I went to high school I had the best art teacher for 4 years who was so encouraging, and this was when I realised that I was good at art, and it quickly became my best subject. I started using acrylic paints and fell in love with them, and it's what I use the most of today. I painted a lot of flowers and landscapes, so basically anything nature-based. I got an A in my GCSE, which I was really proud of, and I went to college feeling really excited. I continued to paint landscapes and was doing really well, but my new art teacher wanted everything to be moody and expressive, so I ended up changing my whole style to make him happy. And I did get an A, but I had completely fallen out of love with art, and I ended up taking photography at university. I learnt a lot at uni that I still use today, especially with Photoshop, which is really handy when editing my art prints. My photography was heavily focused around nature, and I did a lot of abstract macro photography and ended up graduating in 2014 with a 2:1. When I left uni, I got a job as a waitress, which took up most of my time, so my photography took a back seat and was more of a hobby. It wasn't until 2018 when I started my This and That Instagram page that I really got back into creating things. I was doing a lot of calligraphy and watercolour flowers, and I found my love for painting again. And eventually I got the acrylics out and painted some landscapes, but this time I did them in my style and I stopped trying to be something I'm not. I'm someone that likes painting pretty things, and that's okay. It's what makes me happy, and that's why I do art. In 2021, during one of the lockdowns, I opened up my Etsy shop, which to be honest with you was terrifying. I was so nervous putting myself out there and genuinely didn't think I would make any sales. I think I only had about 8 listings to start with, which were all original paintings, and I put up a story on my personal Instagram, which I very rarely post on, and I actually got a few sales straight away from some friends, which was amazing. I eventually got some cards printed online and listed those, and I started painting some mini landscapes on wooden tiles as I could produce these quicker, and at the start I needed more listings. I started to get some orders from strangers, which I was so happy with, and I couldn't believe people actually wanted to buy my art. Since opening my Etsy shop in 2021, I've had 77 orders in 3 years, which to some people won't seem much at all, and to others it might seem a lot. Considering I didn't think I would make any sales, I'm really pleased with it. You might have noticed that on my Etsy shop it says 93 sales, and on here it's 77 orders. This is just because some people have bought more than one item, but it will be on the same order. I did the best in my first year. I got 48 orders, which was amazing, but I was able to do it full time for the first 5 months because I wasn't working due to the lockdowns. But then I started a new job as a cleaner, so things slowed down because I couldn't put in as much time. My second year I got 10 orders, which is still really good. I didn't spend much time working on my shop at all that year. I was in a new relationship and had a new job, so Etsy was put to the side for a while. Last year, I really started focusing on my shop again. My partner helped me rearrange the office so I had more space, and I actually really enjoy working in here now, whereas before it was overwhelming with stuff everywhere. I ended up investing in a printer because buying cards and prints online was so expensive when you can't buy in bulk. If you can buy in bulk and you've got the space, then that works out great. But I didn't have the space, so I thought a printer was the best option for me. And it now means I can make notepads and bookmarks as well, and I have a bit more freedom. So far this year, I've had 4 orders, which is already better than last year, so I'm feeling really positive about that. So obviously, my main ultimate goal is to become a full-time artist and to make enough money to live off. But that's a long way off, so I have some smaller goals I'd like to go for first. As I said earlier, I work as a cleaner and I do this 3 days a week. It would be amazing to eventually earn enough money monthly from my art to be able to cut those 3 days down to 2. That way I would have more time to create art, but I would still have guaranteed money coming in from cleaning. I would also love to create my own website, which would include a shop, just because Etsy obviously has fees, so you have to include that in your prices or not make as much profit. And also, if anything ever happens with Etsy, like if it goes down, then I would still have a shop to send my customers to. I really want to do my first craft fair at some point, but they terrify me as I wouldn't be able to hide anywhere, and it's quite a nerve-wracking thing putting yourself out there like that. But I think it would be a great way to meet new customers. So, if I want to reach my ultimate goal of being a full-time artist, I obviously need to be making more sales and therefore making more money. And my main plan for that is by increasing my visibility by using social media. I'm currently on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and TikTok, with Instagram being my main platform. I currently have 839 followers, and to be honest, it's been stuck around that number for about half a year, and I can't figure out the algorithm for it. My photos don't get many likes at all now, and I've tried to keep to a style, but I keep seeing that Instagram is now all about reels, so I've been making a lot more videos, but again, I'm not getting many views when on other platforms the same video will do really well. I've had one reel on Instagram with over 5,000 views, which got me about 100 new followers, so it's worth it when one does go well. But there's also a lovely supportive community feel on Instagram, which is something I really like about the app, and I have had sales on Etsy from my Instagram account, so I do think it's worth it. I don't do much on Facebook at all, so that's an area I need to improve on. My YouTube channel is very new, but I've had some reels do well and had some really good feedback, so that's really positive. And with these longer videos, I'm very much learning as I go. So if you have any tips or advice for me, then leave a comment down below, as I could use all the help I can get. And again, my TikTok is very new, so it's all a lot of trial and error. I want to always be improving my art, so this year I'm going to spend more time painting and pushing myself by doing larger paintings like the one I'm currently working on. And also by practicing painting different animals, because I think offering pet portraits would be another great avenue of earning money. This is one I painted recently of my cat Billy. So those are my plans and goals for the future. If you're just starting out on your artist journey, then let me know in the comments what you've been doing to get there. Or if you have any questions regarding this video, then pop it in the comments and I'll be happy to help if I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.